Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Unlocked. I'm Alice, and I'm so excited for today's episode because we're diving into something truly fundamental for anyone learning English: essential questions and answers for daily conversation.
And I'm Tom. You know, Alice, it's funny how we often focus on complex grammar or vocabulary, but sometimes the simplest interactions can be the trickiest if you're not confident. Just knowing how to ask "What's your name?" or respond "I'm fine, thank you" can open up so many doors.
Absolutely. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I'd overthink even the most basic greetings. Like, do I say "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" or "¿Qué tal?" And then how do I respond naturally? It can be paralyzing.
Totally. So, today we're going to walk through some of those core questions and their common answers, from A1 beginner level all the way to A2 B1, giving you that confidence boost to just jump into conversations. Let's start with the absolute basics, the getting to know you essentials. Alice, if you're meeting someone new, what's often the very first thing you ask?
Right, the classic, "What is your name?" And the answer? Of course, "My name is Alice." It sounds simple, but practicing it out loud really helps it roll off the tongue.
Exactly. And then, almost immediately, people usually follow up with, "How are you?" Now, this one has so many variations for the answer. The default, the one everyone learns, is, "I'm fine, thank you."
Yeah, and it's perfectly correct. But it's good to know other options too. You might hear "I'm good" or "I'm okay, I'm very well." Even "I'm doing great." It really depends on how you're feeling and how casual the conversation is.
And remember to always return the question, "How are you?" "I'm good, thank you, and you?" or "How about you?" It keeps the conversation flowing. Don't just answer and stop.
Great point, Tom. That's a classic learner mistake. After names and initial greetings, we often move to "Where are you from?" A simple "I am from Canada" or "I am from Spain" is perfect. No need to overcomplicate it.
Then comes, "How old are you?" "I am 25 years old," or just "I am 25. Native speakers often drop years old. And a pro tip, in some cultures, asking someone's age directly can be a bit sensitive, especially for adults. So, maybe hold off on this one until you feel comfortable with the person.
That's a really good cultural insight, Tom. Thanks for that. Another common one is "What do you do?" meaning what's your job or profession. "I am a teacher," "I am a student," "I work in marketing." Simple and clear.
And once you've covered those basics, the polite closing is, "Nice to meet you," with the response, "Nice to meet you too." It's a warm way to end that initial exchange. These are your A1 building blocks.
Before we move on, let's touch on the "Do you speak English?" question. For learners, it's invaluable. If someone asks you, "Do you speak English?" you can say, "Yes, a little" if you're a beginner, or "Yes, I do" if you're more confident. It sets expectations, which is helpful.
Definitely. It's a great icebreaker, too, for initiating a conversation if you're not sure about the other person's language. Now, let's talk about daily greetings beyond just "hello." We have "good morning," "good afternoon," and "good evening."
And the response is usually the same greeting back. "Good morning," "Good morning." Simple. But then there are more casual ways to ask "How are you?" like "How is it going?"
How is it going? I use that one all the time. The standard reply is, "It's going well, thanks," or "It's going great, not bad" are also common.
Let's move on to some practical questions you might need when you're out and about. What time is it? Essential for staying on schedule. It is 2 o'clock, or it's 3:30. Learn your numbers and time phrases.
And one that everyone needs to know. Where is the bathroom? You can say, "It is over there," or someone might point you in the right direction. It's a lifesaver question.
Or restroom or washroom, depending on where you are. Good to know the variations. And if you're stuck, you can always ask, "Can you help me?" The answer should be, "Yes, of course," hopefully. Most people are happy to help.
Absolutely. Then we have identifying things. What is this? This is a pen, super useful for building vocabulary. And if you're shopping, "How much is this?" is key. It is $5. Again, numbers are crucial here.
Let's cover a few more quick personal details. Where do you live? I live in London. What is your phone number? My phone number is 555-1234. Remember to practice saying numbers clearly, especially in sequences.
And for family, do you have any siblings? Yes, I have one brother. Or, no, I don't. And fun questions like, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. These are great for light conversation.
Small talk, right? And what's the weather like today? It is sunny, or it's raining. Another staple for starting conversations, especially in places where the weather changes often, like here in the UK.
Ha, too true. If you've just moved or arrived somewhere, you might get, are you new here? Yes, I just moved in. And the follow-up, where did you move from? I moved from New York. Then, the all-important, do you like it here? Yes, I love it.
These are all excellent beginner questions and answers. They build a solid foundation. Now, what about some questions about current actions? What are you doing? I am reading a book, or I am cooking dinner. It shows you're engaged in what they're doing.
And where are you going? I am going to the market. Again, simple present continuous for immediate actions and plans. And finally, simple possession. Is this your bag? Yes, it is my bag, or no, it's not.
And introducing others, who is that? That is my friend James, or that's my colleague Sarah. These are all your A1 building blocks. Before we dive into more advanced greetings, let's quickly touch on, are you hungry? Yes, I am, or no, not really. Very practical.
Right, essential for social situations. And then, the ultimate basic sign-off. See you later, goodbye. Simple, effective, no fuss. These are your absolute essentials, folks. Practice them until they feel natural.
Now, let's step up to A2, B1 level greetings and questions. This is where things get a bit more nuanced, a bit more like how native speakers truly talk. Instead of just, how are you, we might ask, how have you been?
Yeah, how have you been implies a longer period, perhaps since you last saw them. The answer is often, I've been fine, thank you, or I've been good. It shows you're asking about their well-being over a stretch of time.
Exactly, it's more personal. Another great one is, how is your day going so far? This is perfect for midday check-ins. It's going well, or it's been busy but good. It invites a slightly more detailed answer.
And related to that, good morning, did you sleep well? That's a lovely, caring way to start the day. Yes, I did, or not really, I had a restless night. It adds a personal touch.
How was your morning or how was your day are also common. You might hear it was good or it was busy but good. Again, encourages a little more detail than a simple fine.
Then there are questions about specific areas of life. How are things at work? They're good, or they're a bit hectic actually. This shows interest beyond just their general state.
And the all-encompassing, how is everything going? This is a broad question expecting a broad answer. Everything is fine or everything's going pretty well. It's a general check-in.
If someone's been unwell, how are you feeling today? Or are you well, are empathetic, I feel much better, or yes, I am well. It's important to show you care.
Definitely. And for those Monday morning chats, how was your weekend is a must. It was great, or it was relaxing. It's a social lubricant, really.
Yeah, people love talking about their weekends. Or, if you haven't seen someone in a while, how are you feeling this afternoon? Or, how are you these days, are good. And if they've had a long day, how was your day at work? It was productive, or it was quite tiring.
These questions really open up more natural conversations. They invite a story, not just a one-word answer. How's your day so far? Pretty good, or it's been busy. You can see a pattern here of asking about how things are progressing.
Right, and are you having a good day? Yes, I am, is a nice positive one. Or, how are things going lately? This is for when you haven't caught up in a bit. Quite well, or things are a bit hectic actually.
Moving even further into the more descriptive phrases, we have, how have things been at home? Everything is fine, or it's been a bit crazy with the kids, you know. These are genuinely personal.
Did you have a good start to the day? Yes, I did. And how are you doing this week? I'm doing well. These are great for catching up with colleagues or friends during the week.
And again, the health check-in. Are you feeling better today? Yes, much better. Showing care is so important in conversation. What about broader life questions, Tom?
Ah, yes, the big one. How's life these days? Life is good, or it's got its ups and downs, but I'm managing. It's a great way to invite a deeper conversation if the other person is open to it.
And as the day progresses, how has your day been so far? It's been fine. How is your evening going? It's going well. These phrases adapt to the time of day.
And the ultimate check-in, how have you been feeling lately? I've been feeling good, or a bit under the weather, but getting there. This suggests a longer-term connection, a deeper level of friendship perhaps.
Yes, it shows genuine concern. How has your day treated you so far? Pretty well. I love that one. It personifies the day, makes it feel a bit more poetic.
It does. And then the summary, how was your day overall? It was quite productive, or it was a bit challenging. It's asking for a summary, a brief reflection.
And for work life, how are you handling work these days? I'm managing well, or it's a lot, but I'm getting through it. This gives insight into their professional world.
How has your week been so far? It's been busy but good. These are your standard office check-ins. If you're working, you'll hear these a lot.
And the reflective, did you have a productive day today? Yes, I did. It's a great way to acknowledge effort. Or, at the end of the day, how are you feeling after work? A bit tired, but okay. So honest.
Then, how did your morning start today? It started well, or with a cup of coffee, thank goodness. Injecting a bit of personality into the answers makes them even more natural.
Exactly. Instead of fine, try to add a little something extra if you can. For work specifically, how are things going at work? They're going smoothly. That's a good sign.
And the comparison, how has your day been compared to yesterday? Much better, or about the same, really. It gives a context to their current day.
A general check-in, how are you doing these days? I'm doing quite well. It's a polite, slightly broader question than just how are you? Then, did you have a stressful day? Not really, or a little, yeah.
And for midday check-ins, how did your afternoon go? It went well, or it flew by. Again, simple and descriptive. For sustained well-being, how are you holding up today? I'm doing fine, or I'm making it through.
That's a very conversational phrase, holding up. It implies enduring something. For future planning, how are things going with your plans? They're going well, or we're still figuring things out. It shows you remember what they're working on.
And a lovely way to start the day. How did you feel when you woke up today? I felt energetic. Or a bit groggy, to be honest. It invites a very personal response.
And the classic philosophical one, how is life treating you these days? Life is treating me well, or can't complain. It's a warm, friendly way to connect.
Exactly. Did you have a chance to relax today? Yes, a little, or not at all, unfortunately. This can lead to a chat about stress and downtime.
And for managing responsibilities, how have you been managing your time? Quite well, or it's a work in progress. That's a great one for colleagues or even friends.
Then, the overall reflection. How was your day from start to finish? It was good overall, or it had its moments. And for work performance, how did work go today? It went smoothly.
And at the close of the day, how are you feeling at the end of the day? A bit tired but satisfied. That's a great, honest answer. Or ready for bed.
Yeah, very relatable. How has today been for you so far? It's been productive, or it's flown by. And the curiosity-piquing one, did anything interesting happen today? Yes, it did. This is a direct invitation to share.
I love that one. It really opens things up. For managing workload, how are you coping with your workload? I'm coping well, or it's manageable. Again, shows a deeper understanding of their situation.
And then, how did your day turn out? Better than expected, or exactly as planned? It's a nice way to summarize, how have things been recently? Pretty good.
And for emotional check-ins, how is your mood today? It's positive, or a bit reflective. Then, how are you feeling this evening? Relaxed, or ready for a quiet night?
And asking about experiences, how was your experience today? It was pleasant, or it had its challenges. These are getting into quite natural, detailed exchanges.
Definitely. How did today compare to your expectations? It was better, or it was exactly what I expected. And for mental well-being, how are you doing mentally today? I feel good. It's important to be able to express that.
Absolutely. Then, how did your plans go today? They went well, or we had to make some adjustments. And the forward-looking, how are things progressing? They are progressing well, or slow and steady.
Finally, the overall satisfaction. Did you enjoy your day today? Yes, I did. And the general, long-term check-in, how are you feeling lately? Much better, or still a bit tired but improving.
And the ultimate general question, how was your day in general? Quite good, or pretty uneventful, but that's okay. And my favorite, which sums up so much, how are things shaping up for you? Very well. It's positive and forward-looking.
Tom, this has been such a comprehensive tour of daily questions and answers. From the very basic "what's your name" to more nuanced phrases like "how are things shaping up for you," we've covered so much. The key for learners is to not just memorize these, but to really practice saying them.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The goal is communication, not perfection. Start with the A1 phrases, get comfortable, and then gradually introduce the A2, B1 ones. Listen to how native speakers use them, and try to mimic their intonation.
And remember to vary your responses. Instead of always "I'm fine," try "I'm good," "I'm doing great," "not bad." It makes you sound much more natural and confident. And always, always ask the question back.
That's fantastic advice, Alice. Practice with a friend, use language exchange apps, or even just talk to yourself in the mirror. The more you use these phrases, the more they'll become second nature.
We hope this episode has given you the tools and confidence to dive into daily English conversations. You've got this. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep speaking.
Thanks for joining us on English Unlocked. We'll be back next time with more tips and tricks to help you on your English learning journey. Until then, keep those conversations going.
Bye for now.
See you.